It's the NFL on.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Inside the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills are on the board first here this afternoon. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. So here are the Texans now with a long field ahead. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And what a game in his NFL debut last week as he showed why this franchise is so high on him. They got early dividends as he threw 3 touchdown passes, and he looks to build on that success coming into this one.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Back to Robinson now on first down. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Checking on the numbers last week for Robinson. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. I mean, look at this defense. They come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And this game for them is all about the line of scrimmage. Winning that battle, using their leverage, being the low man with power, to take the offensive linemen and run them back into their own backfield and try and create some lost yardage plays.
Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. They brought the house that time on a young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. That'll bring up second down. Stafford. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw is incomplete. The Texans are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And this would be quite a start for them if they could win 2 straight on the road.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't do them any favors. They gave them 2 road games right out of the gate. But the thinking on the team has to be, imagine if we win these 2 games. What a setup for the rest of the season for us.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. You look at this Buffalo defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And for all the routes to keep an eye on in this one, they've got to find a way to take away the crossing routes. Those are the ones that when a receiver catches it on the run, those can really hurt a defense.
Now a 3rd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. Off-play action. Beal. And that is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw taken in here by Chase. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands up.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to...
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On second down, Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. Well, this defense for the Texans, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches.
I bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
They go with Jacobs. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 88 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And boy, he is very close to a first down. But from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. After 1, 7-0. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it looking at 4th and less than a yard. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And the Bills will hold on to the lead. So they're content to take the 3. Some more conservative call there, opting not to go for on 4th and inches.
That's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. Just a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
And able to get this out to the 25. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Brought down by Willie Gay.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. It's a spot here. 3rd and 15. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
They'll run for it with Robinson. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them because they're really outside of field goal range now. All right, so if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. There's Chris Olave. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Texans' 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Stafford. Throw left side, hauled in by Alton. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 18. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It was Myles Murphy who fired in and got him to the ground. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 97 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. To Jefferson on the slant. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Everything's going right here in this 1st half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd down. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
Jacobs will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. 10-0 our score. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Now Stafford toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Chris Olave, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Texans offense set to regain possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think
did.
you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Off the play fake. Beal. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 32 on the play.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well where you can find that space between.
Touchdown, Texans. Calvin Austin, 26 yards. And the Texans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Moody good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So that drive, 4 plays. And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Stafford now to throw. A short throw to Ingram. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stafford. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now 2nd and 5. Now Stafford going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and the Bills will hang on to their lead. So a capper there with a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much just drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. The final shot before break. Beal. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. That is incomplete. So we've reached the Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. Running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Looking to throw on second down. Beal. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Off play action. Beal. This pass caught. It's Woods. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 42 yards.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 54 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down the 15-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
To throw on second down. Beal sets up the screen to Robinson. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about. And that takes them up to another level. Right now they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw, and they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Jefferson will take this one in for a Texans touchdown. So another touchdown for him on the year now, Charles. He had 2 in the opener last week and hits pay dirt for a 3rd time here.
And with good health, he's got a really good chance to be up there among the leaders in touchdowns scored when this season comes to an end. Quick question, partner. Is it bad luck to toast him with a sports drink?
Not at all, partner. I think that's a fantastic idea. Cheers. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. A short throw to Ingram. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now it's Stafford. Complete. Jefferson the target.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it, because you're running away from people on them.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 111 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. Throwing is Stafford. He will find his man Chase complete. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Quan Martin there on the tackle.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 7. Once again, it's Jacobs. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Chris Olave, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Stafford's going to try and throw for it. Eluding the pressure right. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need to score here, not just to...
Back now in Buffalo. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. They go play action here on first down. His throw incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Off the play fake. Beal.
Across the formation, he hits Austin.
And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 26. That one goes for 24 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
A stop made defensively by Mike Edwards.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Off play action. Beal. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
The Texans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Beal.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it up, and the Bills will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And that's out quickly to Chase.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On first down, Stafford here.
Complete right side to Otten.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Stafford.
Texans are right back in this football game.
At their own 47-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Off the play fake. Beal. This is caught. It's Woods. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 23 yards on the play. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance.
Touchdown! Christian Watson from 3 yards out. And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Now Moody for the PAT. And this is back to a 5-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Here's Stafford. That's Olave bringing in another one. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Play action. Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the 50 at Stafford. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Texans will take over. So now the Texans down by 5, 2:16 to play. They've got one timeout at their disposal and the 2-minute warning as they go to work here on first down. Off play action. Beal. That's caught. It's Austin left side.
Complete to Calvin Austin. It's a gain of 53 yards. First down, Texans.
Throwing on first down. Beal. This is caught by Robinson.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Back to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you played really well early, and then you kind of relax a little bit, to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. Back to throw. Touchdown, Texans. Calvin Austin, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans have taken a 4th quarter lead. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
They'll try and throw for it. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Stafford now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now it's Stafford. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans are going to win the football game. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
2nd and 5. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
And he'll take this one down near the 15.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third and 4. On 3rd down, Robinson. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to get the lead up to 4. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Texans, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they'll drop to 0-2, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.